I brought you coffee, dearest Vanya.
I have some.
Oh, but I bring you coffee every morning.
Oh, you weren't available.
Well, I was briefly in the bathroom. You couldn't wait.
I don't know. The coffee was made. You weren't there. I'm capable of pouring coffee into a cup.
But I like bringing you coffee in the morning.
Right? Right. Here, take this cup and give me that one.
All right. Now I feel better.
Good. I'm glad.
Has the blue heron been at the pond yet this morning?
Not yet. Or it was here before I was.
It'll probably come later. Such a beautiful bird.
Yes, it is. I'm afraid I prefer the other cup.
Well, it's the same coffee.
I don't know. Maybe I put more milk into it. Maybe that's why it tastes better.
Don't I usually put in the right amount of milk?
I don't know. I don't normally think about it. It's just, I had one cup of coffee and I was liking it. And then all of a sudden there's this other cup of coffee and I'm liking it slightly less. It's no big deal. I'm just making pleasant conversation.
That's not making pleasant conversation. It's first thing in the morning and you're implying I don't do anything right.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Well, you implied it.
Fine. Here. The coffee's delicious. I love it.
Oh, for God's sake, here. Take the original cup back.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I have 2 pleasant moments every day of my goddamn life, and one of them is bringing you coffee.
Really, Sonia? I'm sorry I said anything. The 2 cups are almost identical. I should have said nothing.
All right.
Really, I shouldn't have said anything.
That's all right.
I'm sorry. Is this how you're going to be today?
I don't know what you mean.
You just threw the coffee against the goddamn wall.
I didn't.
You didn't? What kind of idiot response is
I
that?
don't know. It's an I hate my life and I hate you response.
Well, good. It was effective then.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have thrown the cup.
That's all right.
It's just, I had bad dreams last night.
Oh?
I dreamt I was 52 and I wasn't married.
Were you dreaming in the documentary form?
That's not fun.
Really? I thought it was. You are 52 and you're not married.
And whose fault is that?
Is the answer supposed to be me?
There isn't any answer. But if I pine for you, that's my business.
Don't pine for me. That's ridiculous. I'm 57. Oh, I'm 57. I've told you for many years. I don't see you in that way. I march to a different drummer.
Why must you march to a drummer at all? Why couldn't we both walk to the sounds of a piccolo?
What? Ugh, I don't know what that metaphor means. And besides, you're my sister.
We're not blood relations. I'm your adopted sister. So I can pine if I want to.
You know, I think your pining for me is a tired reflex. I don't think you even like me anymore.
I agree with you. It's a reflex with me now. It comes from our living together. I mean, you're the only one in the house ever since Mother and Father died. And Masha left me and you to take care of them while she was off gallivanting, having a life. Don't you feel angry at Masha? That she's had a life?
Yes, I do. But there's nothing we can do about that now. It's much too late for all that. You know, I always admired you for taking care of our elderly parents, even though you were adopted. You put Masha to shame, in my opinion.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course, she had a successful acting career, and you basically had nothing better to do.
Well, a moment ago you gave me a lovely compliment, and now... Oh, let's not talk. I'll keep my sadness to myself.
All right, you do that. Sonia, your sadness is quite heavy this morning. Could you lighten any?
No.
Could you go to another room?
Leave the morning room? But I'm in mourning for my life!
Are you going to make Chekhov references all day?
If they come up, I may.
You know, it's been our burden, our cross to bear, that we had 2 professor parents and they give us names from Chekhov plays. The kids made such fun of us for mysterious names. Such was the burden of having 2 professor parents and so active in the community theater. Do you remember how good they were in the Reluctant Debutantes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they were very good in the Oresteia, though. Did you?
No, but I don't think community theater should do Greek tragedy.
I don't either. Having 2 professors for parents had its drawbacks. Father was always so upset when you didn't know something. But, I mean, what 7-year-old knows who wrote The Imaginary Invalid? Father became so enraged when I said Neil Simon. I mean, I was 7.
And they were very, very difficult once they went mental in old age, but when our parents were young, how wonderful they both were, don't you think? Mother was so elegant, and Father showed affection for me often. He called me his little artichoke.
And he liked artichokes, so it was probably a good thing that he called you that.
Yes, I think so. And he never molested me.
Oh, that's nice.
God knows who my actual parents were. I have a feeling they were 2 drunken Irish people who went out to the pub every night and left me at home alone. Until one night, they were so bombed out of their minds that they walked off a cliff.
Sonia, do you have any nice fantasies of who your parents were?
No.
I see. This has gone quite cold now.
You're just determined to fight over the coffee, aren't you?
No, I'm really not. I was debating whether or not to go microwave it.
Would you like me to do it?
Would you? That'd be great, thank you. What's the matter with you?
I have to do everything!
You offered to take it. Are you bipolar now?
Yes.
You know, some people say antidepressants help them.
If everyone in the world took antidepressants, Chekhov would have nothing to write about.
I'm not going to clean these broken cups up, you know.
Me neither.
Well, then obviously, there's no solution.
The cleaning lady comes later today. We'll ask her to clean it up.
And if she refuses,
We'll fire her.
we'll fire her, and then what? We'll sell the house?
You can't sell the house. You don't own the house. Masha owns it.
I know Masha owns it, but if we leave broken cups and coffee smells all over the place, I'm sure she'll decide she has to sell it. And then we can finally live separately, since we hate each other so much.
What a good idea.
A very good idea. It's comforting to have a pond to look at, isn't it? Pretty.
Yes, it is. I hope the blue heron comes later.
Me too. It's like a good omen.
Well, except it eats frogs, so it's not a good omen for them.
No. Nature is cruel. But pretty. You know, I like to think of the blue heron as a harbinger of good luck.
Beware the Ides of March.
What?
Beware the Ides of March.
March. Isn't it late August?
Beware the middle of the month. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Oh, wretches! Into the land of darkness we sail in a pea-green boat. All around us is full of fire, and the Delaware River overflows its bank, and dismal moans rise from Bucks County, where Anthony and Emily intermingle. Portents of dismay and calamity yawn I see visions, shadows of what lies ahead. It is my curse to see these shadows and my duty to warn you.
Cassandra, I think you take your name too seriously.
My name? What do you mean?
You know, Cassandra from Greek mythology. Apollo gave her the gift of second sight, but then cursed her so no one would believe her.
Oh, I know that. Oh my God. I see something imminent. It's going to happen at any moment. One of you is going to take 2 cups of coffee and smash them onto the ground. It will be you, Vanya. Don't do it.
It already happened.
Then I was right.
No, you said it was going to happen, but it already has happened.
But I am correct. You want me to clean up the mess, right? Where are the broken cups?
Right over there.
Oh my God, I was right. You did this. You, Vanya, broke the cups.
That's right, he did.
Just clean it up, would you?
Clean it up, clean it up.
Fire on you both. I see doom and destruction swirling around you.
No! Just say good morning. Try it.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And yet, what's good about it? Beware of Hootie Pie. I don't know. Just be aware of her. Or it.
Hootie Pie. You know, we've got to keep a small notebook around here and write these things down for your sanity here in Worthington.
Hootie Pie. Is that a first name, Hootie Pie? Or is it Hootie the first name and Pie the last name?
Or is Hootie Pie some sort of a pie that one can order in a restaurant?
I don't know what Hootie Pie is. I just know you must beware it. And also, beware something happening to this house. This house, beware. Be wary, something bad is coming. You may lose the house.
Lose it?
Someone will come and sell the house right from under you. You will walk many miles to the poorhouse.
Surely someone will give us a ride.
No, you will walk.
And I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as the poorhouse anymore.
You will live in the gutter then. Excuse me while I go get a dustbuster and a pail of water and a sponge to go clean up your mess.
You know, I wish you wouldn't come here and tell us these terrible things. It feels abusive.
Yes, but she seems to get some of it right sometimes now. I mean, remember that time she said a bat was going to fly into the house and then it did at 2 a.m.?
Yes, true.
Or that time she said I was going to break my middle toe and then moments later I did.
Yes, but I feel that that could have been some sort of hypnotic suggestion.
Nonetheless, she said those things and they happened. And when she started to talk about us losing the house, this house where we've been so happy, I became sad. Frightened.
Where we've been so happy?
I know I complain, but in some ways I love it here. It's where I've been since I was 8 years old. I came from an orphanage into a family that either loved me or pretended to. I get confused about that. And it's so pretty here. I love to look out at the pond. I love the wild turkeys that wander about the property. I like learning they're so awkward that they sleep in trees but repeatedly fall out of them. I identify with them. I often fall out of my bed, thrashing about in my restless sleep. I am a wild turkey. I am a wild turkey. Oh, and I just love the cherry orchard in the spring, pink blossoms everywhere, nature so resplendent.
Cherry? What cherry orchard?
We have 10 or 11 cherry trees. They blossom every spring. Don't you remember?
Well, yes, I remember them, but I wouldn't call 10 or 11 trees an orchard.
I would. I mean, I wouldn't call 2 or 3 trees an orchard, but 10 or 11 trees I would call an orchard.
Beware of chicken with salmonella. Beware of mushrooms that grow in the meadow.
Just clean up the mess, would you? And besides, your entreaties never tell us what to do to protect ourselves.
Beware of thinking too much. Focus on the little things, one foot in front of the other. Enjoying a nice cup of coffee and not smashing it onto the ground.
A lovely chocolate cookie.
I'd like a cookie.
I would too.
Remember when Nana used to make us tea and graham crackers to tide us over before dinner?
Oh, graham crackers, graham crackers.
Oh, and Masha would only ever have one. She was trained to be an actress, even then. It chose to watch her figure.
Imagine having only one graham cracker. Oh, Masha, that's right. I forgot to tell you. She's coming out here today.
What? Masha's coming? She called?
I forgot to tell you.
No. You purposely didn't tell me. It's one of the ways in which you make life unnecessarily complicated.
I forgot to tell you. I'm bipolar and I have incipient dementia.
Did she say what time she was coming?
An hour or so. No, soon.
Oh!
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. A Trojan horse can hide many things. Someone is with your sister, and he carries Trojans in his back pocket. I will be in the basement doing laundry. If I hear gunshots, I'll come back up.
Really think we need a new cleaning woman.
Did Masha say why she was coming?
Dear Sonia! Oh, sweet Sonia! Oh, how wonderful to see you! Oh, how I've missed you! And this beautiful house! Oh, Spike, dear, would you go back to the car? Seems I forgot my Snow White costume.
Okay.
And don't forget the shepherd's crook.
Okay. Women, huh?
Oh, sweet dearest Sonia, how I missed you. You both look the same. Older, sadder, but the same. Oh, how I missed you, Vanya. And you too, Sonia.
Yes, hello. I'm easy to miss.
Oh, you are. I often miss you. I'm in a play or a movie, and I think of my dear Sonia, and I think, oh, how I miss her. I should call her. And then I'm going to 7 months go by, and I forget to call. Life happens, no?
Not here, doesn't. We sit still a lot. We look out the window. We bicker. We long for what the world cannot give. We're in our twilight years, and we realize that we've never really lived.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I wish I had time to sit still. I'm always busy. I'm always on the TV or flying off to some foreign country to make a movie. I wish I had time to read the classics. You know, to sit and just read. Do you read the classics, Sonia?
No. I think about it, but I have too much free time. There's so much I could do to fill the free time with, but I do not. I am a wild turkey. I am a wild turkey.
Really? How alarming. What's the matter with her?
She was referring to falling out of bed. She's fine. Masha, you look wonderful as always. What was this about a Snow White costume?
Did I forget to tell Sonia?
Probably. Tell me what.
Well, I got this lovely invitation from an extremely wealthy woman who just bought the Dorothy Parker house. You see, she's our neighbor here now, and she's dying to get to know people in the area, so she's throwing a costume party tonight. And she asked me to come.
But she hasn't asked us to come.
Oh, well, you're not famous. She's inviting famous people and literary people and interesting people. And of course you and Sonia are interesting. And I told her that. So she wants you both to come with me and Spike tonight.
Spike?
Yep, that's my name. Don't wear it out. That's got Sweet Shepherd's thing at the costume.
Thank you, Spike.
Spike? Is that the name you were given at birth?
No, that's my acting name. My real name was Vlad, but My agent said that was hard to hear, and I was wearing a house spiky that day, and she said, why don't you call yourself Spike? And so I do.
Spike is a very gifted actor. He was almost cast in the sequel to Entourage. Entourage 2. Oh, HBO thought he was wonderful.
I should have gotten that part.
Oh, but you almost did, darling. They brought you into the network. You were down to the last 2.
Yeah, they put me up in a fancy hotel.
Oh, well, of course, darling.
Well, maybe you'll come close to getting another part soon.
Well, next time you'll get the part.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm sorry. Who is Spike? Is he your driver?
He's my beloved!
He looks 10.
Oh, Vanya dear, please don't exaggerate. He's 29 if he's a day, and I'm only 41. Possibly 42.
Hello? You're not alone in the room? Hello?
I'm sorry. This is all rather new for me.
Really, you've had 5 husbands.
Well,
I like all the women.
I'm relieved to hear it.
It's partly there or it's not, right, Masha?
Oh, isn't he adorable?
Well, he's attractive. Yes, I don't know if he's adorable.
Really, Masha, every time I see you, you make me feel bad. First, you don't notice me in the room somehow and say hello to me as an afterthought. And now here you are, nearing your dotage, and you've hooked up with some young stud. Meanwhile, I am forced to live through a succession of tedious days and tedious nights, and I've never fallen in love with anyone, nor anyone with me. I'm sorry I was adopted into this family. I wish I had been left in the orphanage and killed myself. Excuse me.
Whoa, intense!
She's always been jealous of me. I'm really sick of it. I can't help it if I'm beautiful. And intelligent. And talented. And successful, can I?
No, I guess you can't.
But the unhappy orphanage lady thinks I'm a stud. That's nice.
What about you? You like how I look?
Oh, now, Spike. I'm sure Vanya thinks you're a perfectly nice-looking young man. Let's leave it at that. He craves attention slightly, but all good actors do.
I'm hot.
Shouldn't you leave that for others to say?
No, I mean, the air is warm, I'm hot. That pond out there, can you swim in it?
Swim in it? It's not very deep. You could wade in it.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Really, darling, you want to wade in a pond?
Yeah, it's a hot day.
Suppose it is. There are frogs in the pond, you know.
I like frogs.
Did you bring your swimsuit?
No, but that's no problem. I'll just strip down to my underwear. See you later, babe.
Hurry, darling. Whatever you want. So unpredictable. The younger generation is like that. They strip down to their underwear in front of everybody.
Did he do that because he knows I'm gay?
I'd rather think he did it because he knows I'm straight.
Well, it's very peculiar. Did you tell him that I'm gay?
Oh, no, of course not. And are you gay? I'm sorry, was there some sort of conversation I forgot about?
No, I guess there wasn't. I just assumed you assumed.
Oh, I did. I just thought maybe you were still in denial or something. Or perhaps asexual after so many years of abstinence. Oh, I've been a bad sister. I'm so sorry. Where is Sonia? Oh, that's right, I have
You know, I'm a trifle surprised to see you with this young man. How old is Spike?
Oh, Vanya dear, please. I'm so happy with Spike. He's so adventurous and free. He gives me energy. We've been together 3 months.
Well, he's very handsome. Is he a good idea?
Oh, don't be judgmental. I've been very lonely for several years, ever since Robert left me for Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie?
I just say that to make myself feel better. He left me for someone who looked a little like Angelina Jolie, so I comfort myself with saying it was she. Besides, I can't hold on to my husband, so I don't know why. I'm beautiful and intelligent and talented and successful, and yet they leave me. Oh, they must be insane.
Why is that young man naked in the pond?
He's naked? Sonia, he's wearing underpants. That's not naked.
Well, underpants naked, it's the same to me.
You need glasses.
I need a life. I need a friend. I need a change. But nothing ever changes.
Now, let's not get down in the dumps.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. You've had a life. You've had a career.
Oh, I wish you weren't jealous of me. It really exhausts me. Even if you were an actress, God forbid, we would never go for the same parts. I'm more of a leading lady, and you're much more of a...
Masha, I don't think you should finish that sentence.
Thank you, Vanya.
You're welcome, Sonia.
Well, it's not as if my career has been without disappointments. Just like your life, Sonia. I've suffered too. I'm a movie star, but am I known as a classical actress on the stage?
You're not.
Exactly! That's a path that I never got to take. Remember that famous acting teacher that was going to cast me as Masha in his production of The Three Sisters? Oh, he said I was born to play that role. And imagine how wonderful I would have been. Oh, my sisters, let us go to Moscow! To Moscow, let us go. And I would have said that with an ache in my voice and my soul, and I would have been heartbreaking. I fear the public doesn't know just how heartbreaking I can be. Oh, the missed opportunities. Regret, regret, regret.
Regret, regret.
Please don't change the focus onto yourself, Sonia. I'm talking now. You can talk later.
When?
4:30. Oh, that famous acting teacher said I was born to play the classics. And once I played Masha in The Three Sisters, I would have one classical triumph after another. I'd be the American Judi Dench. And then I had to go do that movie about the nymphomaniac serial killer. The script was terrible, but I did so well in it that eventually it became an enormous hit, and we made 5 of them. Did you see all of them?
Yes, of course we did. We loved you in all of them, Masha. They were extremely violent, though. Sonia had to look away from the screen. A lot.
Yes, I did.
Darling, sensitive, tedious Sonia. You can't face life, can you? No, don't answer. You can talk at 4:30.
Why 4:30?
Oh, that's my nap time. No, I'm kidding. 4:30 is cocktail hour. And half an hour early. I usually have a Black Russian. And a drink, too! Oh, I'm amusing myself, sorry. Anyways, as I was saying, that movie, Sexy Killer, really changed my life. It took me from being a respected actress to a global celebrity, and there is a difference. Fame, thou glittering bauble. Who said that?
Captain Hook.
The real Captain Hook?
There was no real Captain Hook. He was in Peter Pan.
Fame, say. And then they begged me to do the sequel, and it seemed inescapable for me. We made 5 of them, and those movies made millions. But my point was, the theater lost a great classic tragic actress when I didn't get to play my namesake as Masha in that famous acting teacher's production of The Three Sisters. That is my point.
You keep talking about this famous acting teacher. Who exactly are you referring to?
Derek Suretsky.
Who?
Derek Suretsky! Well, maybe he wasn't famous, but he was famous to me.
And when did you study with him?
Oh, many years ago. I can't remember dates or decades. I just live! I recall I had 3 fabulous sessions with him. He taught a combination of Stanislavskian sense memory mixed with Meissner repetition technique. I'd say, "Oh, Olga, let's go to Moscow." And he'd say, "Oh, Olga, let's go to Moscow." And I'd say, "Oh, Olga, let's go to Moscow." And he'd say, "Oh, Olga, let's go to Moscow." And I'd say, "Ho, ho, ho, Olga, let's go to Moscow. To Moscow, Moscow. Oh, Olga, let us go." This is sounding incredibly false as I'm saying it.
No.
It makes one think I would have been terrible in The Three Sisters.
Nonsense.
Maybe I would have been. No, I would have been great. Let's not talk about this anymore. Let's talk about something else. So, Sonia, what's new with you?
I'm not allowed to speak until 4:30.
Everyone's so touchy here. No, you can speak.
Okay. How old is Spike exactly?
Let's talk about something fun. We're going to a party tonight, and a costume one at that. I love costume parties.
We don't have any costumes to wear, Masha.
Yes, you do. I asked Hootie Pie to organize some costumes for the both of you, and they are in the car.
Hootie Pie?
Who is Hootie Pie?
Why do you both look frightened? I was right. Didn't I say beware of Hootie Pie? I saw this coming. I warned you, but did you listen? Who is this person? I wonder, could I get your autograph? My niece is a big fan of yours. She loves all those sexy killer movies. How lovely. I'd be happy to give her my autograph. Make it out to Rebecca Sue, if you would. All right, Becky Sue. Now, give my best to your niece. And what was your name?
Mrs. Cassandra. Cassandra. She's our cleaning lady.
They never listened to me. And this morning, I had a sense that Vanya and Sonia must beware of an entity called Hootie Pie.
She's not an entity.
What is she then?
She's my personal assistant, and she's completely devoted to me.
It might be fun to go to a party, Vanya. I've always wanted to see the house Dorothy Parker used to live in. Do you guys know her suicide poem? It was very witty, but at the same time, it actually made you want to kill yourself.
Well, I'm feeling rather hungry after my long drive. Would you mind making us a light lunch?
I am the cleaning lady. I am not the cook.
Not even a modest repast. A salad niçoise? An artichoke quiche, perhaps? I would certainly pay you something for your trouble.
I don't want to.
All right. Give me back that autograph I gave you.
No!
Yes.
All right, fine, I'll go make you lunch.
Don't feed us your anger, please.
I'm starting to like the idea of a party. A party could be fun. Maybe I'd meet somebody. Or, at the very least, nobody there would know me and they wouldn't have a bad impression of me, and then maybe I could be witty at the party and make a new friend. What do you think, Vanya?
Sure.
Well, I'm going as Snow White, and I wanted Spike to go as Prince Charming, but I think he wants to be a rap star. Oh, you must talk him into Prince Charming, would you, Vanya? And Hootie Pie and I came up with great ideas for the both of you. Vanya, we were thinking you could be one of the 7 dwarfs. We were thinking Grumpy.
No, I don't want to go as Grumpy.
It suits you.
No, I think I'll go as Doc. You know, the one with the wire-rimmed glasses and the beard? I think I look like him now that I'm older.
Well, it's not as memorable as Grumpy, but I guess you could be Doc.
What costume did you bring for me?
Hootie and I thought you could go as Dopey.
What?
Ah, you know Dopey, one of the 7 dwarfs. And he's clean-shaven, so you wouldn't have to wear a beard.
I don't want to be Dopey.
No, Sonia, darling. Which dwarf would you like to be?
I don't want to be a dwarf.
Darling, I only brought 2 dwarf costumes. That's all Hootie made up for me.
Fuck Hootie Pie.
What would you like to be then? Goodness, all this fuss over costumes. It's just a party, for heaven's sake.
I don't want to go as your dwarf.
I want to go as Jean Harlow or Marlene Dietrich. Well, I must say, I was the one who was invited, and I'm going as Snow White, and obviously the rest of you should go in a costume related to me. Snow White is the central figure. I can't have you traipsing around pathetically trying to be Marlene Dietrich.
God, this has gotten entirely out of hand. Masha, Sonia doesn't want to go as a dwarf, and frankly, I can understand her feeling. I'm fine going as a dwarf. I don't mind being one. But isn't there some other, more appealing fairy tale character that she could go as?
No. It has to be from Snow White. It has to be connected. Oh, Sonia, I have an idea. Would you like to go as the Wicked Witch with the wart on her nose?
I do not wish to be a wicked witch with a wart on my nose. I will be going as the beautiful evil queen before she turns into the wicked witch. The one who says mirror, mirror on the wall and so on. And I will look good in my costume.
Well, I don't believe Hootie Pie can make up such a costume for you in time.
I'll get the costume myself. There's a second-hand store up in Upper Black Eddy. I'll drive there this afternoon, pick out some sort of beautiful evil queen costume that I will wear tonight.
Good for you, Sonia.
I don't see why you're both ganging up on me. You can see why I don't come here much. What kind of name for a town is Upper Black Eddy? Pennsylvania scares me sometimes.
What kind of name would you prefer? Manhattan, the Upper West Side.
Sonia, I'm sorry if I upset you about the dwarf costume, but do whatever makes you happy. I only want to be around happy people.
Who's that young woman Spike is talking to down at the pond?
What young woman? Oh! Spike! Spike! Come in here, Spike! Oh my God, I don't think you can hear me. Do you have a gong or something?
A gong? What for?
I want to make a loud noise to summon him back.
We don't have a gong. You could probably take a big pot and bang it with a metal spoon.
That's a good idea. Thank you, Sonia. Cassandra, I need a pot!
I don't think you believed me when I said I could meet somebody at this party tonight. I think you looked at me with pity as I said that.
No, not at all. I think one should always be open to unexpected possibilities. I think you could meet someone there tonight.
Our lives are over, aren't they?
Yes, I think so.
Still, I'll go to the party. And I won't go dressed as a dwarf.
Oh, I had to struggle with her to get this pot out of the kitchen. She kept doing all this. Beware this and beware that. She's very difficult.
He's seen her. He's waiting.
Lunch is almost ready! No, don't bring the girl! There's not enough lunch! Tell her to go home!
Oh, look! The girl's coming with him. Oh.
No, if he can hear me, he's just pretending he can't. Oh, God. She's very pretty. And young!
Don't worry, Masha. I'm sure the power of your money and your connections will keep Spike at your side for a very long time.
That's a comforting point. Thank you, Sonia. Besides, I don't know how pretty she is. She could be hideous.
Look who I met at the pond!
Oh, did you meet someone? She's beautiful.
Yes, she's visiting our aunt and uncle who live next door. And you're her favorite actress, and she came over here hoping to meet you.
Oh, well. Welcome, lovely little nymph.
It's so thrilling to meet you. My aunt and uncle told me you mustn't go bother them, and plus she's never ever there. But then we had our binoculars out, and we saw your car drive up, and I thought, I can't believe she's here. I can meet Masha Hardwick, a woman who has achieved fame and success in theater and motion pictures. I long to make theater my life, and you're an idol to me. And I'm only here for 3 days, and I hoped I could meet you, but I didn't dare think what actually happened, but it has.
Oh, you're meeting me, yes. Hello.
And today's my name day. Can you imagine? Americans like to say birthday, but I like to say name day because I love the plays by Anton Chekhov. And Irina from Three Sisters is always saying, it's my name day.
Well, it's lovely to meet you. You're so very pretty and full of luminous hope and enthusiasm. I wonder if it makes it hard for old people to be around you.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. My unconsciousness was speaking. Pay no mind. Well, it's lovely to meet you and happy name day. What was your name, by the way?
I'm Nina.
God damn it!
What's the matter?
Oh, that crazy psychic in the cook kitchen told me to beware of Nina, and now her goddamn name is Nina!
What? I'm sorry, what?
Hello, Nina. I have a feeling nobody's going to introduce me. I'm more like furniture in a room rather than a person. But I'm Sonia, Masha's sister. Although I'm adopted and don't really belong here. Or anywhere. And this is my brother, Vanya.
Hello, Nina. Happy name day.
It's lovely to meet you, and what a funny joke about the furniture.
I told Nina I'd introduce her to my manager, and I invited her to the party later.
You invited her? How nice! Spike, I have an idea. How about we skip the party, hop in a car, race back to New York City right this minute? Suddenly I want to see a Broadway show. How late is the half-price ticket booth open? Does anybody know? No.
No, I want to go to the party. Besides, Nina's so excited to meet you. She just worships you. As do I.
How lovely. And how nice to know that Nina looks up to me. Hello, Nina. Happy name day.
Thank you. Lunch will be a little delayed. I dropped the omelets on the floor. I'm gonna have to start over.
What did I say? Beware of Nina! Cassandra, Nina is visiting from next door. She's a lovely, aspiring actress.
Well, I warned you, but the curse of Apollo keeps everyone from acting on my warnings.
Oh, misery and mystery descends upon me like a thundercloud, pregnant with rain and Jupiter's arrows, the terrible burden of true prophecy of my unwanted yet unstoppable prelude. Look out! Look out! All around us are lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, the omelet is a failure. I crush it beneath my foot. The libation bearers bring guts and entrails, and parents' children are chopped and served in a shepherd's pie. Something tastes wrong with it. Little wonder. Next time you won't go killing Agamemnon, will you? He is already dead! My car needs to be inspected! How can I keep all these facts in my head when I see calamity and Colossus lumbering up the walkway? Oh, wretches, oh misery, oh magical mystery tour! Beware the future! I know you will not abide by me! I am right. I see disaster ahead for you all. Lunch in about 20 minutes.
Oh, she's a wonderful actress, too. What was that from? What she just recited?
It was from one of the Greek tragedies, I think. Although, I believe she embellished it slightly.
Tell me, I wonder if this is a stupid question, but what's the difference between acting in a movie and acting on stage?
Oh, that's not a stupid question at all. You see, in film, you are in front of a camera, and you have to talk normally. However, on the stage, you're in a sort of wooden box, and you're in front of people called an audience, and you have to speak louder so that people can hear you.
I see. Yeah. What was your favorite role on stage?
My favorite role on stage? Well, I loved all the Ibsen I did, and the Chekhov, and the Shakespeare. Google me when you get home. Besides, I'm not the only actor in the room. Spike is a very gifted actor. He was almost cast in Entourage 2.
Oh, yes, he told me.
Well, Spike, why don't you... Goodness, you are still in your underwear. Spike, why don't you do the opposite of a striptease and put your clothes back on? Then you can show Nina the audition you did. I coached him.
Okay. First, to take my shoes off, to take my pants back on. Now, it's time for the pants. But I'm not gonna zip them up all the way. Not just yet.
Maybe we don't need to watch Spike while he's getting dressed.
No, I'm all right. I don't mind. No. I'm gonna need the zipper a little undone because I know I'm gonna have to tuck my shirt in once I get to putting that on. Now,
Should we leave the room until he's finished?
now, good. Do the shirt first, or I could do my shoes first. Think I'll do my shoes.
What are you doing? Are you insane?
You told me to do a reverse striptease.
Did I?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure I didn't mean it. Just put your clothes on, for God's sake.
Okay. The older generation's all uptight about their bodies.
Great, your clothes are back on. How lovely, how wonderful. We all had a wonderful time.
Gosh, you're in a weird mood today.
Well, maybe I should be going.
No, I wanted to do my audition. Unless you didn't want to see.
No, I'd love to see it.
Okay. So, the original series Entourage is about this young actor who's making it big in the movies, and about the people who hang around him. His friends, his agent, his manager, everybody wants a piece of him.
I'd be so nervous if I had ever had to audition, but I'd be so thrilled too.
Yeah, I was real lucky to have a real pro like Masha.
Yes. Let's get to the audition now.
Okay, so I was auditioning for the spin-off series Entourage 2, and the setup is a little different because in this one there's this up-and-coming actor who's about to make it big in the movies, but he's played by a different different actor. So the implication is it's a different character.
It's not an implication. He is another character.
Right, I know that. His name is Bradley Wood, and he's the lead. And his entourage is this old dame, who's his agent, and this young guy in coat, who's his manager, and his best friend from high school, who's a girl who has a crush on him. But she has this disease that gives her convulsions, so she can never kiss anybody because she gets convulsions. And I live next door to this rabbi, played by Judd Hirsch, but he's not on every week, so that's...
Let's keep it moving. Pacing, pacing.
Okay. So Bradley Woods has been having an affair with this old lady agent. He's thinking about moving on to another agent. So the scene's between the old lady dame and Bradley Wood. And the agent's already there, and I come in, and it's, hey, good looking. How's tricks? And Masha used to read the lines with me. Do you remember that, Masha?
Oh, just a little bit. But how about you try doing it as a monologue instead? We'll all intuit what the other lines are.
Okay. Hey, good looking. How's tricks? What? Who told you that? Hey, come on, don't cry. Give me a smile. Besides, it's not definite. Yeah, it's true. I did meet with some agents at CA, and I thought they were real impressive. I mean, they can call up Sandra Bullock, they can call up Julia Roberts. But to face it, you just don't know that caliber of person. What about loyalty? What about my getting ahead? What about my career? Yeah, I know you put in a lot of time with me, but I put in a lot of time with you too. And I don't know, I might like CA better. Oh, that, just because we stop sleeping, well, just because I move on to another agent doesn't mean we have to stop sleeping together occasionally. Well, I think it's occasional. I mean, I want to be successful. I sleep with other people too. Can't just sleep with one old broad all the time. I think of old broad manner as a term of affection. Oh yeah? Well, screw you!
Wasn't that great?
That was wonderful. I can sense great things in your future.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Luncheon is served as Campbell's soup and tuna fish sandwiches. I was only asked to make lunch for 4, but I did stretch it to 5. Though the sandwiches are a little skimpy with the tuna fish.
Well, lunch sounds repellent, but shall we go in?
Oh, you're so kind to invite me to lunch, but I mustn't impose any further. And you did invite me to the costume party, so welcome back for that, shall we?
Of course. That would be lovely. How about you come on over about 7:30? It's just a little ways away at the Dorothy Parker house.
Wonderful. I'll see you then. It was a pleasure to meet you all, and a special honor to meet you, Miss Hardwick.
Well, that was fun. I think I need to go lie down for a bit. Think I'll forego on the tuna fish sandwiches. And I need to drive up a bucket and use your costume. Spike, would you like to take a nap with me?
I think I'll have the soup and sandwich.
I think I'm getting a headache. Excuse me.
I can come up in a bit and give you a massage.
That would be lovely. Thank you, darling.
Vanya, do you want to come with me?
You know, the soup and sandwich doesn't sound so bad. I think I'll say that.
All right, see you later then. Bye, Spike.
Well, looks like it's just you and me, pal, huh?
Yes.
Tell me, what did you think of my audition? And feel free to be honest.
Well, I thought you were wonderful. I don't know why HBO didn't cast you. It must be muddled.
Yeah, screwed up, huh? Come on, let's go chow down and you can tell me more what you thought, huh?
All right. Tell you more.
talk to you about costumes, did I? Whatever are you wearing?
I didn't have anything, but my aunt and uncle took me to Kmart and I'm a princess.
I see. I didn't get that. I thought you were a child dressed in her mother's clothing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to go to a costume party.
No, that's quite evident.
What are you dressed as?
What am I dressed as? You can't tell?
I think so. Are you the silent screen actress from the old movie who lives in a mansion and says, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille"? What's her name?
No, I'm not Norma Desmond. Although I do feel like her when I'm around you. You must be reading my aura.
I've never really seen the movie. I just saw the clip where she says, "Ready for my close-up." So, who are you dressed as?
I'm Snow White, the Walt Disney version.
I've never seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Is it like The Little Mermaid?
No! One's about a mermaid, the other's about dwarves.
I see.
Now, since I'm dressed as Snow White, I feel the rest of you coming to the party should be in a costume related to me. You see, like that. That's Grumpy, one of the seven dwarves.
Dog.
Right, Dog, another one of the seven dwarves.
Hello, Nina. You look lovely.
No, she doesn't. She looks like a child dressed for Halloween, and I'm afraid I can't have it.
Oh, well, maybe I can't go then. Sorry I didn't have the right costume.
Masha.
No! Of course you can come to the party, Nina, now. Oh, I'm just being a big bully, aren't I? Well, you see, when you're my age, whatever age that may be, you're just used to having your way. I suppose I'm monstrous, but lovable monstrous. I hope. Well, the good news is I do have an extra costume that does relate to Snow White, and if you'll just put it on, then we'll all be very happy. Now, I need to ask Spike where he put it.
Oh, I can't wait to see what he's wearing.
Really? Why?
I can't wait to see what everyone's wearing.
Okay.
What is he going as?
Spike is going as Prince Charming. And you know, it took a lot of convincing for him to go as Prince Charming, so you must tell him he looks sexy tonight. Not you, Nina. Vanya! How about you tell him? Oh. Now, excuse me, and Nina, thank you for being so cooperative!
I wonder what costume she has for me.
I'm afraid I know. He'll be going as a dwarf, like me. Don't be.
I'm just so happy to be included. I love to be around artistic people who create things, who act, who value the arts.
Well, Masha definitely fits that. I'm afraid Sonia and I are just two lumps on a log.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we both have hidden reservoirs that just haven't been tapped, or maybe we're secretly creating things and just not telling anyone.
It's remarkable that you say that. I have been working on something. I haven't told anyone. Not even Sonia.
I thought so. I sensed it. Is it a TV pilot?
No, it's a play. And I was thinking of that play that Constantine writes in the Seagull, and it's very experimental and mysterious, and I can never tell if it's a play that's meant to be ahead of its time or one that's just rotten. And so I thought I'd write my own version of it, but related to now, and see if it could be any good. Or not.
I'm so honored you told me this. I feel certain it's good. I always feel so sorry for Constantine when I read that play. They were so mean to him.
Yes, well, life is hard for everyone, I guess.
You remind me of my uncle, only nicer and more artistic. He burps a lot and doesn't speak much, but you don't burp. That I noticed. And you're quiet, but speak when spoken to. May I call you Uncle Vanya?
Well, if you like.
Why don't I do a reading of her play tomorrow? For everyone.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for others to hear it. I wrote something when I was little, and my father joked and said it was pathetic.
How is that a joke?
Good question.
Let me read your play tomorrow, either privately for you or the braver choice for everyone.
All right. I wasn't expecting to befriend you.
I'm glad you did.
I thought you'd be more Spike's friend.
He is awfully handsome.
Yes, I imagine he is.
Isn't it terrible attractive people are so charismatic?
Yes, terrible.
We finally found it!
You said she didn't have a costume. She's wearing a costume.
It's obviously not related to Snow White. Nina understands.
I think she looks pretty.
Well, it doesn't matter if you think she looks pretty if it doesn't relate to Snow White. We all agreed Snow White was the theme.
No one of us agreed on that.
Shut up.
It's all right. I just want to make Miss Hardwick happy, and I'm willing to wear whatever costume she wants me to.
Thank you, dear. Spike, why don't you grab a paper bag to put over her head?
Masha!
No, I'm kidding! Oh, please call me Masha.
Thank you.
Now, how about you go change in the bathroom off to the kitchen?
That's the size of a closet.
Oh, she's a small girl. I'm sure she'll fit fine.
All right, I'll be back soon.
So, Vanya, how do you think Spike looks as Prince Charming?
I think he looks very handsome.
What else?
He looks sexy. Although, for the full effect, maybe he should go in just his underwear. That's what I said!
No. You have been in your underwear entirely too much this trip. Let's not argue. I'm turning into a harpy. Let me clear my aura. Everyone be silent a moment. Oh, I feel wonderful. Life is good. And Spike, you look so handsome as Prince Charming.
Thank you. You make your heart Snow White.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Is it me, Sydney? Tonight, let it be me! What are you doing?
I'm the evil queen from Snow White. As played by Maggie Smith on her way to the Oscars.
Maggie Smith has nothing to do with. Oh, never mind. Forget about it. You're the evil queen. That's what I'll tell everyone tonight.
As played by Maggie Smith about to win an Oscar.
Oh, Sydney, do you think I'll win?
I already have one Oscar for Miss Jean Brodie. That's about I'm in the business of putting old heads on young shoulders. But, oh, it would be lovely to win a second Oscar. My first one is so lonely on the mantelpiece. Do you agree, Sydney?
Please.
That I win tonight?
Put Mother down!
Sydney Kowalski?
Stanley Kowalski, not Sydney Kowalski.
Sydney, I may have to get a little drunk before they read the nominations tonight. Don't go traipsing off to other tables, leaving me unattended. Not tonight, Sydney.
I don't understand what she's doing.
Sonia is doing Maggie Smith in California Suite. She plays an actress who's married to this gay man named Sidney, played by Michael Caine. And in the movies, they go to the Oscars together.
That's right. In the film, she plays an actress nominated for an Oscar, but then doesn't win the Oscar, poor thing. But in her real life, she was nominated for playing the nominated actress and then went on to win it. The nominated actress who lost the Oscar became the nominated actress who won the Oscar. It was all rather Pirandellian and rather cheeky.
Well, Sonia, you look lovely tonight. I think we should trade costumes. What? Oh, nothing. I'm making a joke about how competitive I am. Now, Spike, how about you go check on Nina, see if she's gotten tangled up in a doorknob or something.
Okay.
Don't know why I thought going to a party tonight would be a good idea. Every time I come to this house, I get unhappy.
Speaking of the house, the weather has been getting really bad lately. And Cassandra says it's global warming, and well, I'll be dead in 10 years anyways, but in any case, the roof needs repaired.
I've been meaning to tell you. I've decided to sell the house. I mean, I'm pouring buckets of money into this house, and I hardly ever come here, and neither of you have any money to put into it, and Hootie Pie nicely offered to look after my expenses for me, and she mentioned that I'm putting all this money into a house that I hardly ever go to.
I can't believe my ears. We grew up here. Our roots are here.
Now, let's not get sentimental. I still make movies, but they don't pay me as much as they used to.
Sonia, beware of Hootie Pie wasn't about costumes. It was about losing the house.
Masha, this Hootie Pie is clouding your judgment. Don't throw away the house we love and we've lived in all our lives. What about the cherry orchard?
What cherry orchard?
We have a large cluster of cherry trees. Don't you remember them from childhood?
Oh, slightly, I guess. Aren't there only 9 or 10 of them?
They are an orchard!
Oh, lower your voice. They're only trees.
Masha, you're going to sell the house and put us out on the street?
Oh, no, of course not. You can get an apartment.
Oh, but this is our home.
Now, such a fuss. How about we just forget about it for now and go have a lovely time at the party tonight, all right? Spike, hurry up! Do you wish to ride with us?
No. I think Sonia and I will take our own car.
Yes, that sounds fine. Stop looking so upset. Financially, I have to be reasonable. Now, just forget about it for now, and let's go enjoy our time at this party. Okay? Spike! Hurry up! Excuse me, I'll be in the car.
What was Masha yelling about?
She's waiting for you in the car.
Oh, okay. Coming!
I feel so fortunate. You're all so nice to me here. But can I ask you a question? How do you think I look?
You look wonderful.
Really? Thank you. And Sonia, you look stunning. Your costume is much better than the Snow White one.
Yes, I think I have one up to her tonight. She has ways to win in the long run, however.
I sense sadness. Don't be sad. Life is wonderful, isn't it? Oh, Uncle Vanya, dear Sonia, this morning I woke up with no hopes for my artistic endeavors. And by this evening, I have a chance of an agent through Spike. And I'm going to a party with a world-class actress and movie star. Life is like a long, long pathway through a forest, filled with wonderful surprises ahead. Artistic fulfillment, fame, fortune, love. Do you agree?
Sure.
Yes. Yes, all those things.
Hey, Dopey, get in the car. I don't like waiting around for people. People wait for me, not the other way around. All right?
See you at the party. Masha is selling the house. And she says, let's go enjoy the party.
We spent all those years taking care of our elderly parents and trying to make a life for ourselves.
Oh, God.
Sonia, why don't we skip the party? We can find a cake in the kitchen and then eat it all and roll it out on the floor until we pass out in the sugar-induced swimming pool.
You're remembering how we spent last New Year's Eve here. That was fun.
But I don't want to do that tonight. No. We're dressed in costumes. We never leave the house. I say, let's go to the party, Sydney.
What's the matter with Masha?
I don't think she had a good time.
She talked to lots of people. I assume she was enjoying herself.
Here she comes.
Don't see why she couldn't have just walked home. I mean, doesn't she live just next door?
It's dark out. She could fall in the ditch.
Oh, she's young. It wouldn't hurt her.
Masha, stop calling out the door. It's okay if Nina falls into a ditch.
I wasn't wishing it upon her. I just thought, if you were going to drive her to her door, then why didn't you drop her off first? And then when you and I were in the car, and now you're taking a second trip!
Masha, I just drove back here first, not thinking. What are you even afraid of? I mean, you want to drive with me as I drive Nina to her door.
God, no. I'm not afraid of anything. Just don't be long.
Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
All right, darling.
Don't get up.
Don't see why she couldn't have just walked home. She lives just next door.
None of us thought of it. She left from here. It just made sense to bring her back here.
Well, I don't care. I mean, God, she lives just 5 minutes away.
What did he say? He didn't say anything.
Did he say don't wait up? Did he say don't wait up?
No, we don't know what he said. Did he say that? I didn't hear him say that.
Yes, he did. I dropped to the floor and grabbed onto his foot.
What?
When he said don't wait up, I thought you'd say something.
No, he must have said something that sounded like that. I mean, it can't take long. It's just 5 minutes away.
Well, maybe he'll go in and meet her family. Maybe she'll offer him a cup of tea or a brandy. And it can take a very long time to sip a brandy. And they'll have a long, long conversation.
What is the matter with you? Why are you so hostile to me?
Don't fight, you two.
Just nervous about whether he said don't wait up or not.
He could have said something entirely different. I don't know what he said.
Oh, everything seems so wrong today, and I'm going to give Hootie Pie a piece of my mind. The Snow White costume was a big bust. No one knows the Walt Disney version anymore. And Nina, that nasty, grasping young girl, thought I was Norma Desmond. And someone else said Little Bo Peep. And several people thought I was a Hummel figurine.
Well, people seem to like my costume.
Well, don't be too happy about it, Sonia. You're happy at my expense.
Am I? Am I only allowed to be happy when you're happy? Is that one of the rules of being around Masha?
Let's unwind and not argue. I'm going to go make us all some tea. Let's not talk about upsetting things, all right? Think calming thoughts.
Can it be sleepy time tea?
Yes, it can.
I love sleepy time tea.
I prefer caffeinated tea.
I'm sorry for what I said about Spike taking Nina home. Actually, he mumbled. I'm not sure what he said. And I hope he'll be back very soon. I don't want you to be unhappy.
Thank you.
Although, you don't seem to care whether I'm unhappy or not, since you're trying to sell the house right out from under us.
I pay all the bills, and it's too expensive.
Fine! Vanya and I will just take prescription sleeping pills and kill ourselves. Will that make you happy?
Oh, you enjoy complaining too much to kill yourself. How about your great complaining? And you cheated on your costume tonight. You said you were going as the evil queen, but no one got Mirror, Mirror from you. Instead, they got Dame Maggie Smith winning a goddamn Oscar. And if you had just gone as a dwarf, then my costume would have worked. Snow White needs at least 3 dwarfs for the costume to make sense.
Stop talking about your costume! I'm sick of hearing about it!
Oh, I should have called up Equity and hired 7 equity actors to play all 7 dwarfs, and then you and Vanya could have just stayed home.
I'm glad we went to the party. I had a lovely time. Yes, I did, didn't I, Sydney?
I should have known better than to let you choose your own costume. Anyone who wears a tiara and sequins is always gonna be the winner.
Masha, you have won in so many ways throughout your entire life. Can you really not survive one night where people liked my costume better than the one you wore? Not even for one night are you willing for me to outshine you?
You often outshine me.
When?
I don't know. When I'm not here, you outshine me. Besides, it doesn't matter who preferred whose costume at some stupid party. I'm just having a hard time. Do you mind? I'm getting older, and well, my 5 marriages didn't work out. I had this young man, or so I thought, but he seems to be lusting after Nina and at least 5 other women at the party. Oh, clearly he's oversexed. I just feel old and vulnerable. Forgive me for having feelings.
Well, I have feelings too. I'm unhappy too. You've had 5 marriages. Yes, they failed, but you had them. My relationships with men have been limited to, here's your change, ma'am, at the supermarket. I took care of your parents. Vanya and I did. And then we never left because we didn't know how to leave. Oh, I became numb during those 15 years taking care of them.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you felt numb, but somebody had to work to pay the bills.
Oh, and then when they both got Alzheimer's, his was worse. He was always taking off his clothes and wandering into the neighbor's garage where he'd sit naked in their car until one of them came out to use it. We were always apologizing for him.
This is all in the past. Get over it.
You weren't here. Every time I tried to reach you, you were always filming in Morocco or something. After a while, they stopped recognizing me. But oh, they talked about you constantly. Where's Masha, they'd say to me. She's filming a goddamn movie, I'd say. And then I'd change their diapers all the while, thinking, why isn't Masha here?
I was paying the bills. I paid for your bills. I paid for this house. I paid for the doctors. I paid for the food. I paid for the snow plowing. I paid for the lawn care. I paid for the heat, the electricity. I sent you both a monthly stipend because I knew what you were doing was hard and you couldn't work, and I'm sorry that you hated taking care of them, but somebody had to work to pay the bills, and it was me!
I didn't hate sometimes I liked it. They needed me. They needed Vanya. When they died, I felt sad. Sadder than you. You didn't cry once at their funerals.
I hide my feelings.
Nonsense. You parade your feelings. You put them on display, on stage and in the movies. It's exhausting to be around you.
Oh, and you exhaust me. Your self-pity exhausts me.
And I'm glad my costume stole your thunder and that people liked me as Maggie Smith and thought I was fun. I like that. But so what? My life is pointless. I haven't lived. I haven't lived.
Well, I have lived, and I've made my money, and messed up my relationships, and now I have nothing. No one loves me. My life is over.
What's going on here?
My life is
Cheer up, for God's sake. Now, what's the matter?
My life is empty. And I forget something every day. I can't remember the Italian word for window or ceiling.
Window is fenestra, ceiling is soffito.
That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I know Italian.
Well, then you haven't forgotten anything, have you?
No.
Oh, you're giving her all the sympathy. Give me some.
All right, I'm sorry that you're upset.
I can't remember things either. I can't remember why I should keep living.
Oh,
no.
Now, you're just feeling blue.
Our lives are over. Vanya's too.
It's true. Let's cry some more.
Now, would you listen to that silence?
It's lovely. True silence is the rest to the mind. It is to the spirit what sleep is to the body, nourishment and refreshment.
Who said that?
I don't know. Maybe it was from a play I was in.
True silence is the rest to the mind.
Is that the car? Does that mean he's come back?
Oh, you're alive. Hi.
I'm so glad to see you. I really thought you'd be longer. Now, I'm not needy. I'm just glad to see you.
Well, it's nice to be wanted.
Oh, you are, darling. Come now. Let's go to bed. I want to forget all about that horrible party and this stressful day and sleep in ecstasy.
Ecstasy? Well, I'll try.
Oh, good night, you two. Now, don't forget, true silence is food for the brain. Oh, I forget. Never mind.
I'm so exhausted.
have some tea. You were so outgoing at the party tonight. You spoke to many people.
Many people spoke to me. I enjoyed myself.
It was lovely seeing you so friendly and animated.
I think we can thank Maggie Smith for that. And the dress. I think Masha's right. Sequins are a girl's best friend.
Well, you made quite a hit.
I guess I did, but it wasn't really me. It's because I'm pretending to be somebody else.
Or, the more sanguine interpretation is that you found a different part of your personality. You let it out tonight.
Don't be the household Pollyanna. My life is miserable and don't forget it.
All
A
right.
nice evening in 30 years doesn't count for much.
All right.
No, not that she's lukewarm.
Would you like to smash it against the ground?
No, I'm too tired.
That's good. Oh God. What are we going to do about the house?
I'm a wild turkey. I haven't lived. I'm a wild turkey.
Me too.
Did your brain hear that, you sexy killer, you? I do not want to sell the house. I do not want to sell the house. And whenever I do think of selling the house, I get a little paid.
Oh, Vanya, come in here, please.
Oh, it's bad to use voodoo, but it's for a good cause. You have more money than you need, you greedy movie star. Beware of selling the house. I do not want to sell the house. Beware of selling the house. You have more money than you need, you greedy movie star.
Masha, what's the matter?
Oh, there's something wrong with the bed. Or the sheets. There's pins in them.
Ooh, I'm thinking of selling the house.
No!
But you're not even near the bed.
I'm not making it up.
Wait a minute. I need coffee. Do you guys want any?
Yeah, man, that'd be good.
I still can't figure this out.
All right. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Cassandra.
Beware!
Of what?
Everything.
Cassandra, today isn't one of your cleaning
please. What are you doing here?
I'm worried about you and Sonia. I had presentiments last night. Masha does not sell the house. The market is still soft anyway, doesn't she know that? But it's a bad thing for her to do. She needs to look after you and Sonia. I'm tired of foretelling the future, but then bad things happen anyway. I want to change the future. I want to change this situation.
Well, that's very generous of you. Thank you, Miss Sandra. I appreciate it.
Why don't I go make that coffee for you?
That'd be great. Thank you. Wait a minute. What's that behind your back?
Nothing?
Cassandra, what is that doll?
It came in a cereal box.
Cassandra, is that a voodoo doll?
Good God, is that what that is?
And is this the exact costume Masha wore last night? How did you know that?
I'm psychic. And I saw Spike hanging in the bedroom yesterday.
And is this why Masha's been screaming all morning?
I really couldn't say.
Well, I don't approve of voodoo, but I am impressed. You just stick the pin in the doll and Masha feels it?
It's just a pinprick, but it makes its point.
Well, don't do it anymore.
All right. I won't. You want to try?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I don't want to try.
Go ahead, try.
Right. Well, it doesn't hurt much, does it?
That's right. I send her thought waves about selling the house, and then I zap her. I'll tell you when. I want to sell the house.
Oh. It didn't work.
That's odd. Well, it just proves my otherworldly abilities. Here, let me try. Masha, listen to my brain. I want to sell the house. I know. I told you I'm a psychic. You're right. I know.
What are we so happy about? Nothing. What's that behind your back?
Oh my God, a bat! Look out!
What's bad?
Must have flown upstairs.
Well, I hope Masha doesn't see it. She's already hysterical or whatever these weird pinprick things are.
Oh, she's having trouble with pricks? Women often do!
Coffee ready?
No, I was talking.
Is the coffee not ready yet? I need to call Hootie Pie this morning, and I need my coffee. And Spike, dear, you forgot your running shorts? You can't go running around the neighborhood in your underwear again.
Okay.
I will go make the coffee, but before I do, I have a morning warning to impart. Oh, citizens of Athens, the temple of Athena rocks with wines aged long past their vintage. Our vines have tender grapes. Do not step on these grapes or on the hearts of your flesh and blood. Beware the flying nocturnal creatures. Beware the hawk, the eagle, the vulture. Beware the hooty owls of Bucks County. Avoid all real estate transactions for the next 20 years. You will sell at a loss. Wait until the market improves, you foolish citizens of Athens. Ponder on proximity, how close one thing is to another. Young men are meant for young women, or at least women who are within hailing distance. You can't hail a taxi that is more than 30 miles away. So why then hail a young man who is but 10 and 20? While you are but 10
and 20, and 20, and a whole bunch of change. These words are not from me, but from the goddess Athena, and from the Furies who are furious. Beware one of you in this room. I'm not quite sure who, but the initial is M. I will go make the coffee.
God, I can't stand her! Ah! Oh, what is that? These pinprick things! Are they in the air?
I have no idea.
What was all that yelling going on this morning? Masha, was that you? And why is Cassandra here?
She had an impulse to come today. I'll explain it later.
Is there coffee?
It's in process. You know, I met a real estate agent at the party last night. Her name is Agnes. She's from a company called Country Meadows Real Estate. She's going to call me this morning.
Really? Why?
Why do you think?
Let's not talk about this right now. Let's wait at least until coffee, or Armageddon, whichever comes first.
All right.
All right.
No, I think I'm gonna go for my run now.
Isn't he adorable?
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't think I want my shirt.
Just feel freer without it, you know?
Yeah, hold this for me, would you? See you later, babe.
Why does he keep taking his clothes off in front of us?
Because he can't.
It's been a little off this trip. Don't understand all the removal of clothing. I mean, in the entertainment industry, you have to be seductive a lot. But really, I think Spike is starting to be joking with you a bit, Vanya.
What do you mean, joking?
Well, an actor knows to give the audience what it wants, and really, Vanya, you seem rather interested whenever Spike takes his clothes off.
Well, he keeps doing it right in front of us. Where else am I supposed to look?
You can read a book.
Oh, right. The next time he takes his clothes off, I'll just open up a book. You take that upstairs. I don't want it.
I must say, he was wonderful in bed last night. Ah! Oh, what is that?
We're all out of coffee. I could make you some beef bouillon.
God, no. Could someone please just go to the store and get me coffee?
The nearest store is 6 miles. The Wawa.
The Wawa? Like Helen Keller?
Yes. Helen Keller learns the word for water, and then they all have coffee.
Oh, God. No coffee can't cope.
I will drive to Wawa and bring you all back coffee. And maybe some donuts.
Donuts.
Now the three of you go back to bed for a while, or you're gonna be cranky all day.
Yes, please. I want to go back to bed, but there are those pinprick things still.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about those for a little while.
Where'd you say that?
Just an intuition.
You could use the small spare bedroom on the 3rd floor.
It's a great idea. Thank you, Sonia.
Oh, the blue heron isn't at the pond this morning. Why do I feel like that's a bad omen?
No. It's just eating fish and frogs someplace else. I'm sure it'll be here later.
I hope so.
Uncle Vanya?
How's it hanging?
Oh, hello. I'm looking for Vanya. I was gonna read the play he's written.
He's written a play? Is that a part for a handsome young man?
I haven't read it yet. My, you are in very good condition. I congratulate you.
Yeah, thank you. I figure if you got it, flaunt it. Huh?
Oh, I'm still working my projection interpretation. I guess flaunting will come later.
Yeah, because you never know when your big break's gonna happen. I mean, look at Jersey Shore.
Oh, I don't want to. I like Ingmar Bergman and the Merchant Ivy films. I just saw Smiles of a Summer Night. It's beautiful. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. Who's in it?
Gunnar Bjornstrand, Ava Dahlbeck, and Bula Jacobson.
Well, guess I'll have to miss it sometime. Huh?
Nina, I thought I heard you down here.
Where's my t-shirt?
Masha has it in the third floor bedroom.
I'll go see her then.
She said she was getting a very strong headache.
Okay, well, I won't expect her to put out then, huh? Catch you later.
He's so attractive, except for his personality, of course.
Yes, well, he's young.
So, have you brought your play?
Yes, and remember, it's a partial play. It's about the weather. And I'm very concerned about it. We've lived here about 45 years, and the past 6 or 7, the weather's been much more violent and extreme.
Oh, yes. Global warming. My uncle doesn't believe in it.
Well, I hope he lives a long, long time and suffers through it. Well, that's not a very kind thing to say. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So, tell me about your play. What's my character like?
Well, it's not a traditional character. It's a molecule.
It's not a person?
Well, it has thoughts and emotions and it speaks in words. But no, it's not a person.
Gosh, I wonder if I'll know how to act being a molecule.
Just be yourself. You shouldn't worry about what a molecule really is and whether or not it can speak in words or has emotions, because it does speak in words and it has emotions. So just think of it as a leap of faith and go with the flow of the words.
I feel this may be a crossroads for me. At this moment, I can just be one of those actors who argues and frets and challenges endlessly and makes rehearsals an enormous trial. Or I could choose to be one who listens and says, all right, and just tries to make it work. I think I'll choose to become the second kind and take a leap of faith.
Oh, what good news. Here, let's go read it out by the pond. Not sure if I want the others to hear it just yet.
All right, I brought my MP3 player in case you want music underneath. If I read to everyone, is that a good idea?
Well, let's just read through it a couple of times and see how we feel about it, and then make a decision after that. Is that all right?
That's all right. I'll get it! Hello? Who wants to know? Agnes from Country Meadows Real Estate? You got the wrong number! Don't call here again! Goodness, who were you yelling at? It was the wrong number. I brought back coffee and other stuff. I told you not to call here again! Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. Who'd you want to talk to? Oh, well, she's right here. Who is it? Who's calling, please? Joe. I don't know who that is. She doesn't know who you are. Do you want me to hang up angry or polite?
Wait, I'll take the call. alcoholic. You're not. That's good. You like to get drunk sometimes? Oh, well, it's a good man's failing. I'm a crack addict. No, darling, I'm just teasing. It was very lovely to meet you last night. Remind me, what was your costume again? A raincoat. Anything else? A fedora. So, you were pretending it was raining in 1946, is that right? Oh, you were Sam Spade, the detective. I'm sorry, I should have remembered that. You know, Maggie Smith is actually in a movie where Peter Falk played Sam Spade and she played Norma Charles from The Thin Man. You know, Joe, I think I'm going to have to go back to my own voice for a little while. Do you mind? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. Did you think that was my actual voice last night? Oh, I see. Well, I must have forgotten to give you the proper explanation then. You see, I've been telling everybody that I was the evil queen from Snow White, as played by Maggie Smith. But I guess by the time I met you, I'd gotten tired of explaining, and you just assumed that was my real voice. But, this is my real voice, actually. Sort of boring compared to Maggie Smith, but nonetheless, I am who I am, and I'm stuck with it. I'm remembering the person who played Sam Spade. You have a very nice face. Oh, and I'm remembering you said you were a widower, is that right? Sorry. 2 years. No, I'm not a widow. I've been picky. Glamorous. Ooh, Joe, I must go ahead and assure you I'm not glamorous. I look a fright most of the time. Daily, in fact, and except for last night, I've never gotten all dolled up before. All right, if you think of me as glamorous, I guess I should just accept it. I admit it. I'm glamorous. Do your glasses need a new prescription, Joe? They don't. That's good. I'm a little bit confused. Why are you calling me today? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Because you like me. How odd. What? I said how nice. Thank you. Although, maybe it was just my imitation of Maggie Smith that you liked. I don't do any other imitations, I'm afraid. Go to dinner. Well, maybe. This Saturday? Well, I'm not sure. Let me check my book. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not free Saturday. Yes, it's too bad. Another time. Yes, well. Would you hold on a minute, Joe? Joe, I looked at my book again and I made a mistake. Sunday is the day that I'm busy. I am free Saturday. The day that you mentioned? Yes, I'm free. Yes. Saturday. That would be lovely. Weekends are best for you? Oh, that means you have a job. Nothing, I just was trying to think of what might be the matter with you, and I couldn't come up with anything. Maybe you're mentally deficient. Oh, you laughed. Well, good. So, Saturday, 6 p.m., you'll pick me up. I'm at 55 Hollyhock Road. Yes, very near where the party was. Yes, it was a nice party. And, you know, Joe, if you have to cancel, I totally understand. Well, I just meant if you had to. No, I would like to go. Although, you don't mind if I don't use my Maggie Smith voice, do you? Okay, good. I'll just use it for emphasis then. Otherwise, just this voice. Thank you, Joe. Oh. Nice of you to say. Goodbye, Joe. I'll see you Saturday.
So, do you think you could read this part of it?
Sure. Now, am I a molecule or a TV weather person?
Well, you're actually probably a hologram, but just ignore that and think of yourself as a TV weather person.
All right.
And could you start the music and press this button when I give you the signal?
Sure.
You said 3:30. Is it time now?
Yes. I guess it is.
Sonia, Spike, come in here, please. He's ready.
Thank you all for coming. You're all staring at me. It's so odd. Well, I told Nina that I'd written something somewhat based on the experimental play that Constantine writes in the sequel, and she read it for me today, and she wanted very much to read it aloud for all of you. Although I'm sorry, it's probably no use wasting all your time with something that's no good at all.
Uncle Vanya, you mustn't tell the audience what they're about to hear is no good.
I guess you're right. That's taking self-effacement to an unnecessary extreme.
Fine, and dear. We want to hear it.
Yeah, man, sounds interesting.
Well, I have a splitting headache, but I too wish to be supportive.
Well, thank you. Now, I originally wrote it for one voice, but Nina and I conferred, and we decided that certain parts of it should be read by other people. So don't be surprised if some of us get up from our seats from time to time. Now, the setting is the universe, once the Earth no longer exists. Enter a molecule.
People, lions, eagles, partridges, raccoons, porpoises, opossums, hedgehogs, woodchucks, geese, spiders, octopuses, foxes, wild turkeys, frogs, and blue herons. All living creatures are dead. The Earth is no more. It's split apart into atoms, cells, tiny molecules. I am one such molecule, and I am lonely. I miss people, animals, books, oatmeal, but they're all gone now. The world split apart sometime in the 21st century. In the final days, it was frightening to turn on the morning weather reports.
Good morning and welcome to the weather. Carol Erickson couldn't be here today, so I'm filling in. This morning, Berks County will have a tornado. This afternoon, Bucks County will have an earthquake. This evening, Berks, Bucks, and Montgomery counties will have a thunderstorm. And you may find that you have survived the earthquake and tornado. But after the record rainfall we had last July, all the trees are going to fall down and crush your house and your car and maybe you. Now for the national forecast. Chunks of Florida fell into the ocean yesterday. It was kind of funny, except people died. Tomorrow, more chunks will fall into the ocean. So move to the center of the state if you can, or hover above it all in a helicopter if you can do that. Arizona and Texas are on their 312th day of no rain, and the entire 2 states are now on fire. And that's the weather.
It was horror! 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 The world was like a patient that desperately needed the intensive care unit. And yet, there was no intensive care to be had. Those who had pills, any pills, took them all at once and hoped to die. Luckily, though, 3 simultaneous meteorites came crashing out of the sky and put everybody out of their misery. And just like that, the earth was no more. And one of us, brother and sister, used to sit in the morning room and watch the pond out the window.
Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning, Vanya.
Did you sleep well?
I don't know. Are we alive? Or are we dead?
Well, we are molecules, and we are remembering the past and mourning its end.
I don't understand this play.
I remember looking out at the pond for years and years. Sometimes it was boring, but I miss it.
I miss washing my hair. I miss iced tea.
I don't like that line. I miss Law and Order, SVU.
I miss my self-pity. It was fun.
I miss having plans for the future.
I miss boring chores, which in retrospect seem wonderful. Doing the laundry, making a list of things to do, licking the mail.
Licking the mail? That's pretty raunchy, old man.
Licking the mail that one is bringing to the post office. Licking the stamp that goes on the letter.
Licking the stamp?
Oh, forget it. I'll just rewrite it. Maybe we should stop.
No, I like it. You should keep going. I mean, it's much better than Constantine's play. It's much more varied.
All right. Whose line is it?
Mine. I miss baby powder.
I'm sorry. This I miss session is going on too long. Let's just skip to the top of the next page.
Okay. All right. How sad to be a molecule. How sad to be a speck. How did the world come to end? Were there Cassandras we didn't listen to? Did we keep an oil burner too long? Why didn't we switch to solar panels?
Stop that.
Why didn't we buy an electric car? Why didn't we stop single-use plastic?
Excuse me! What are you doing? It's very rude.
I'm still listening. I can multitask. I mean, I can text and drive, or watch a movie and tweet.
You can multitask. How wonderful. You can tweet. You Twitter a tweet. Your life is a buzz of electrical communications. I know older people always think the past was better. But really, Instead of these texts with no punctuation and all these lowercase letters, how about a nice, handcrafted letter sent through the post office? Or a thank you note?
Yeah. I get it. It was real elegant back then. We had to wait 5 days for a letter that was real nice. How much is on, dude?
We used to lick postage stamps back then. Obviously, you've never heard of that. They didn't come off ready to go with the sticky stuff on the back ready to peel right off. The sticky stuff had to be triggered by the wet time. It took time. If you were sending out many letters, you could be licking postage stamps for 10 minutes or so. We had typewriters back then, and we used whiteout for corrections and carbon paper for copies. We had telephones. Oh, and to dial the number, you had to stick your index finger in a round hole representing 2 to 0. If the number you were dialing was 9099999, you could take hours! We had to have patience then. And we licked postage stamps. It was unpleasant, but it had to be done. We didn't multitask. We thought doing one thing at a time was appropriate. But I guess you can sort of send a message, and sort of listen to a play, and sort of play a video game all at once. It must be wonderful. Oh, I know I sound like a crank, but my play is about scary changes in the weather. But other changes have happened too. There are 785 television channels nowadays, and you can find a news report that has the same opinion that you already have. In the 50s, there were only 3 or 4 channels, and they were all in black and white. And there were no child stars who grew up to be drug addicts like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, Haley Mills was in the original Parent Trap, and she grew up to be a kind, sensible woman. There was no South Park. We saw Howdy Doody, starring a puppet. And then Kukla and Fran and Ollie, starring 2 more puppets and a sweet lady named Fran. We watched puppets back then! And then there was the Perry Como show. Oh, he was soothing. And the Dinah Shore show, she was charming. The Bishop Sheen show was on Sunday evenings. He was a Catholic bishop with his own television show. And he gave sermons on TV. We weren't Catholic, but we watched him anyways. He said sensible things on television. The Ed Sullivan show was on right before Bishop Sheen, and he had opera singers on, and current performers from Broadway shows. Richard Burton and Julie Andrews would sing songs from Camelot. It was wonderful. It helped to make theater a part of the national consciousness, which it isn't anymore! He had Senor Wenceslao, who was a ventriloquist and had a Spanish accent. He would paint a mouth on his fist, and he would make it speak. He said, hello! 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 His act lasted about 7 hours! As a child, it felt like an eternity. And yet, that's a good concept for a child to have.
I thought you were talking about things that you liked in the past.
You're right. I'm inconsistent. I don't know what I'm saying. Be quiet. Be quiet! We licked postage stamps and we sent letters. I prefer Bishop Sheen to Senor Wences because he was a good speaker and he spoke with his real mouth instead of one painted on his fist. So that made me take him more seriously. I remember him talking about the seed falling on the good soil, falling on the bad soil, the seed falling on rock. In other words, build your life on a strong foundation. Of course, I haven't done that, but I meant to. Bishop Sheen said I should. I guess I got lost. And I didn't think this way when I was 10. And I'm saying this all in retrospect. I was trying to get through my life one day at a time when I was 10. And I guess you're having a good life, aren't you? And I'm a foolish one. Move! Tell me, are there any older characters on Entourage too? Is there a part for a 50-something who's had a useless life and is looking back feeling bitter? Could I audition for that part? Could you check?
Vanya, dear, you seem overwrought and you're talking more than usual.
II did. Have you even heard of World War II?
We played Scrabble and Monopoly. We had played these video games and some virtual reality where you could kill prostitutes and policemen as if that's some sort of entertainment. Popular entertainment wasn't so insane back then. We saw Davy Crockett, and we wore those coonskin caps. That may not sound sane wearing those caps, but we all did it. There was a solidarity to it. We weren't sitting alone in our rooms, killing prostitutes in a video game. And we all saw The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the real-life Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Although Adventures was a strange name for the show because it was extremely uneventful. They did things like look for missing socks and pop popcorn in the kitchen. In retrospect, they seemed medicated. But it was a boring show, but it was calming. It didn't make you feel that we were stirring people up and creating serial killers. But I'm getting off the point. My point is, the 50s were idiotic, but I missed parts of them. When I was 13, I saw Goldfinger with Sean Connery as James Bond. And I didn't understand the character name of Pussy Galore. Went right over my head. Nowadays, 3-year-olds get the joke. They can barely even walk, and they know what Pussy Galore means. The weather is changing, the culture is very weird. I'm not a conservative, but I do miss the past! I Love Lucy was pretty wonderful. Oh, and we all watched it, the whole nation. We saw Davy Crockett and the Mickey Mouse Show. Boys just past puberty would fixate on Annette Funicello. We didn't identify with rock stars, we identified with Mouseketeers. Annette, Darlene Gillespie, Cubby O'Brien. Oh, my favorite was Tommy Kirk. He was one of the Hardy Boys on the Mickey Mouse Show. And then later he played Tommy Kirk in Disney's Old Yeller. And it was about a boy and his dog, and his father was off fighting the Civil War, but Tommy was the one who was responsible and was the adult in the family, not his mother and not his younger brother. And initially, he didn't want the dog. But then, at the end of the movie, he bonded with it. And then, poor old Yeller gets rabies, and he's foaming at the mouth, and Tommy Kirk has to shoot his dog, crying his eyes out as he does so. It was a traumatic moment in our national past, a shared. I wondered what happened to Tommy Kirk, and so I did a Google search. And I found out that sometime after he was in Sunny Flower, Walt Disney found out he was gay. And he fired him! Dropped his contract. Meanwhile, Tab Hunter was gay too. But what does his studio do? Oh, they just sent him on for 10 days with stars. They cast him in movies opposite Sophia Loren, for God's sakes. Tommy Kirk was mistreated, and I take it personally! As I expect he does too. He stopped doing movies, and he did drugs for a time. But then he got better, and then he became a minister. But then he had a rug cleaning business. I guess he's all right. But my point is, Tommy Kirk has had to go through the same changes that I have. No more licking the postage stamps, no more letters sent through the mail, no more shared national television shows like Ozzie and Harriet, which, although it was boring, it was a shared memory between us. There are no shared memories anymore. Now there's Twitter and email and Facebook and cable and satellite and all the TV shows are worthless. And we don't even watch the same worthless things together anymore. It's all separate and our lives are disconnected. And you come in here and say you almost had a part in Entourage too, as if that's an achievement of some kind. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm worried about the future. I miss the past. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm going to go and sit in the other room. I didn't mean to go crazy. I'm sorry. My bed is in the kitchen. Oh my God.
Whoa! What was that? That was a major flip
him.
Can I come?
You, Masha, come from a crazy family, I tell you.
And you come from a family who taught you no manners. Why did you find it necessary to text during Vanya's play?
Well, you didn't have to go nuts about it.
Oh, and what were you texting, for God's sake? I'll meet you at the airport, 8 a.m. Tuesday. Love you.
That's my cousin. I'm taking her to the airport.
How thoughtful. And usually you're never this thoughtful. You know, I recognize the screen name you're writing to. HootiePie@gmail.com.
Beware of Hootie Pie!
I didn't realize Hootie Pie was your cousin.
She's not. Hootie Pie and I are in love.
In love. With my personal assistant.
And Hootie Pie shall be called Spawn of the Devil.
Does she have to stay here?
Suddenly I like her.
Suddenly, I like you.
All right. On Tuesday, Hootie Pie and I fly to Aruba for 2 weeks, and then we're renting an apartment together. And what's gonna tell you on Monday?
Well, you've told me today. Now, Cassandra, would you call a taxi for Spike? I want him to get on an uncomfortable bus and head back to New York City and be out of my life.
I was gonna tell you, I just didn't want to ruin your weekend.
Oh, how thoughtful, how sweet, and how helpful to know just how wonderfully helpful Hootie/Spawn of the Devil has been. Was she ever going to tell me she was quitting?
She was gonna send you an email.
An email. How classy.
Well, she was afraid to tell you in person.
Well, now, you know, she doesn't need to be. I find myself feeling an enormous relief having you out of my life. And Hootie as well. Cassandra, did you call that taxi?
We don't have a taxi in town.
Well, can you solve it?
I can drive it myself.
Good. I'm liking you more and more.
And vice versa, Miss Hartley. I want to apologize for something.
What?
I don't want to say, I just want to apologize.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So long, Spike, and farewell. Oh, I've been a fool so long. Now, gather your things, go with Cassandra, and get on an uncomfortable bus and be out of my life.
I'm sorry if I hurt you.
I'm sorry if you hurt me too. But you might not have. I notice my headache is gone.
May I kiss you?
No.
May I shake hands?
Yes. I wish you success.
Thank you.
Beware of Hootie Pie. Indeed.
Hello? Who is this? Agnes? Oh, it's the woman about the house. You've got the wrong number! Don't call your mother again!
That's exactly what I said earlier!
Well, clearly we're sharing some sort of psychic connection, and I welcome it. Vanya, Sonia, come in here, please. I've decided I'm not going to sell the house. Hootie Pie is a manipulator and a liar, and she was wrong about the Snow White costume, and clearly all of her other suggestions are wrong as well. So in no way will I be taking her suggestion that I sell the house.
What happened?
Cassandra is taking Spike to the bus. He's out of my life. He's running off with Hootie Pie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. I feel rather good, except for the fact that I have such poor taste in men. And you know, I don't know why I wanted to sell the house. I make much less money than I used to. And I was offered a job to play a grandmother, which I wasn't anxious to do, but I think I'll take it for the money. It'll pay the mortgage for like a year. And you know, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but I don't have a husband, and I don't have children, but the roots I do have are here, with you, aren't they?
Uh-oh, lover boy's coming down the stairs.
Thank you all for a lovely weekend. I enjoyed meeting all of you.
Yeah, it was lovely. We all had a great time.
I'm sorry about my tirade. I didn't mean to go ballistic.
Oh, that's okay. It's always good to get things out. And thank you, Masha. It was great getting to know you.
Yes, lovely meeting you too. Oh, you know, you must send me pictures of you and Hootie cavorting in Aruba.
Really?
Oh, yes. I'll put them on my refrigerator next to the coupons.
So long, Nina.
Goodbye, Spike. Come on, Spikey, let's head to the bus.
Well, I think I need to go take a walk by the pond and reevaluate the last 15 minutes. Perhaps the last 15 years. Oh, I feel rather good, but I don't know why. And Vanya, I loved your play. Although I do think you upstaged it a bit with your harangue at Spike, which I also loved.
Well, thank you. And Nina was wonderful, wasn't she?
Oh, yes, she was.
Thank you. Was I? I know I stood up straight and spoke loudly, but I wasn't sure I entirely inhabited being a molecule.
Now, writers make you play such difficult things, don't they? I thought you were wonderful as a molecule, rather ethereal, which I always hoped molecules would be.
Really? How wonderful.
Now, excuse me as I go reevaluate my life.
You know, Sonia, we've got to get a job. We can't expect the Masha to continue paying for the house if we don't do anything. We just sit around all day. How much is minimum wage? Does anyone know?
I think it's $7 and some change.
Work. Really? Who would ever hire us?
That's a good question.
I sell a help wanted sign at CVS Pharmacy.
Oh, God, I prefer death.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted a job.
No, Vanya thought I should have a job. I think I should have a cocktail.
Well, we'll have to keep talking about it. I'm sure we can find something to do.
Well, I'm sure they'll pay us 15 cents.
Yes, Sonia, it will be very difficult and maybe awful, but if Masha has the generosity to continue paying for this house, we've got to contribute to our living expenses in some way.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe I'll end up marrying Joe and he'll be super wealthy.
Who?
Oh, I got a phone call. Somebody from the party asked me to dinner. His name is Joe. Of course, it's just dinner, and he might not even like me, but if he does, oh, I'd so prefer that to CVS Pharmacy.
Well, I'm very glad that someone called you.
Me too. I never meet anybody. I haven't been to a party in 20 years. It's encouraging, but of course I mustn't get my hopes up.
You must always get your hopes up.
Really? That sounds wise, but scary.
I've so loved meeting you both. Dear Uncle Vanya, dear Sonia, I'm going to come out to visit my aunt and uncle more often so I can see you both.
She's a lovely girl, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
started. How do I turn it off?
Don't turn it off. It's nice. Beatles.
You know, Nina has such interesting taste. Foreign movies, the Beatles. She may be living in a time warp.
I'm back. The dark night of the soul was brief, and I got lonely. What are you two up to?
Listening to music.
Nina forgot her music thing.
The Beatles. Nice. Let's sit and wait for the blue heron to come.
It usually comes in the mornings.
I think it'll come late afternoon today. To celebrate.
Well, we can hope.
Always hope.
And if it doesn't come this afternoon, I'm sure it'll be here tomorrow.
What a